On Sports Channel America. We now pause for a regional break. Pro Boxing Tour. Pro Boxing Tour on Sports Channel America, live from Caesars in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Glad you can join us. Our first bout of the evening, 8 rounds of the welterweight division. Nick Rupa taking on Ken Lewis. There is Ken Lewis in the ring from Greenville, Mississippi. 17-7-1 with 12 knockouts. Very interesting character today at the weigh-in. He was reciting lines for Muhammad Ali. And he said they're not from Ali, they're from Terry. But I think a little plagiarism was in store there.
And you know, that influence has been coming down from generation to generation. If you do have the talent, the rap can work for you. If you don't have the talent, it's a detriment.
And there is Nick Rupa, 12-0 with 4 knockouts. Let's take a look at the new rules in the state of New Jersey. Scoring is done by 3 judges on a 10-point must system. Non-scoring referee, ringside position, has authority to stop the bout, as does the referee. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The standing 8 count is in effect by discretion of the referee. Mouthpiece rule: if a fighter unintentionally loses his mouthpiece and there's a break in the action, the referee will put the mouthpiece back in. And the butt rule: if an unintentional accident occurs with half or less of the rounds taking place, it'll be ruled a draw after the halfway point majority score. Let's take a look at the judges for tonight's bout. Gene Williams from Atlantic City, 8 years of experience. John Riley from Mountainside, a veteran, 14 years. And Richard Strange, he has a decade under his belt from Bricktown, New Jersey. Here is the tail of the tape for tonight's first bout of the evening. Ken Lewis, 2 inches taller at 5'9", Rupa at 5'7". Rupa 149 pounds, Lewis at 144. Lewis really a blown-up junior welterweight. Lewis with the reach advantage, 72 inches to 67. And of course, Father Time on the side of Nick Rupa, only 25 years of age. Lewis at 32. Those are the key figures for tonight's first bout of the evening in the welterweight division. Here's our ring announcer for tonight, Ed Darian.
Sports Screen presents Pro Boxing Tour on Sports Channel America, live from Caesars Atlantic City. In the ring at this time, the man in charge of the scheduled 8-round welterweight bout, referee Rafael Ramos. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the solid white trunks. He weighed in at an even 149 pounds. This young fella has 17 wins, 7 losses, 1 draw, with 12 knockouts. From Greenville, Mississippi, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Ken Tank Lewis. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the solid black trunks. He too weighed in at an even 149 pounds. This young man is undefeated in 12 professional bouts with 4 knockouts. A native of Trinidad, and now residing in Bowmanville, Ontario. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Nick Rupa.
Fellas, you got your pre-fight instructions already? Have you prepared the questions? Want a good clean fight? All right, come on up. Come on out the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee is Bob Powell.
So we are set for boxing action. Nick Rupa against Kenny Lewis. There is Rupa. Had an extensive amateur career, and Ken Lewis, a veteran, as we start round number 1. It is scheduled for 8. These fighters are welterweights. Rupa in the black trunks, Lewis in the white.
And Lewis, the veteran, opening up with some movement. We'll see if he can sustain this throughout the bout. Rupa, of course, wants to take that away from him.
Lewis last fought on July 5th in Mississippi. Beat J.D. Robbins, knocked him out in 9 rounds. Nick Rupa got his 12th victory on August 5th in Atlantic City. 6-round decision over Tom Alexander. Rupa has gone 8 rounds but once in his career.
And he's opening this like he doesn't want to go 8 rounds again.
Rupa keeping his man pinned in the corner. And Lewis able to get away. 1 minute gone by in round number 1, scheduled for 8.
Get out.
And referee Robert Palmer separates the fighters here in round 1.
There's the trademark, what will be the key for Lewis in this fight if he can keep it going, the jab. And Rupa showing what he's got to do. Get inside, bob and weave, make himself a small target, go to the body.
Rupa's had his success when he's been able to pin Lewis in the corner or against the ropes, and he scores to the right again.
That was a
Left
good
hand,
shot.
too.
Good shot by Rupa there. Getting Lewis's attention so much that Lewis got way out of the exchange and practically went corner to corner.
Get out. Walk the side. Go.
Rupa with an attacking style, likes to smother his opponent. See here, Lewis trying to stay away just a little bit.
And at some point, though, in there, Lewis will have to get aggressive with Rupa coming forward, or he'll have exchanges like this.
Well, Rupa scoring at will when he gets Lewis pinned near the ropes. Rights and lefts getting in. Uppercut by Lewis answers back.
Rupa trying to take Lewis out of the fight immediately, and there goes a mouthpiece.
I believe it's Rupa's. They won't stop the action unless there's a lull to put it back in. Furious start to this fight. This is just round number 1. And now referee Robert Palmer will put Rupa's mouthpiece back in. That'll effectively kill the time of round number 1. Final 10 seconds now as they had stopped the clock. Nick Rupa and Ken Lewis with a spirited beginning of round number 1. Good right hand by Rupa.
In the eyes of Lewis, he's backing up and is smothered by Rupa, who does a good job working to the inside there, capping it off with a solid right to the head.
And we begin round number 2 of this scheduled 8-round bout in the welterweight division. Nick Rupa in the black trunks, Kenny Lewis in the white. Lewis has won 5 of his last 6 fights by knockout. The J.D. Dobbins, Carl Fee, Tyrone Tyson twice. Right now he's getting battered by Rupa.
Excellent shot to the ribs by Rupa. He's just swarming, and despite the knockouts in recent fights, Lewis is not the puncher in this fight.
Maybe a step up in caliber as well. Rupa, who is 12-0 with just 4 knockouts, trying for number 5.
The way he looks tonight, Rupa makes you wonder how he wouldn't have more knockouts, the way he's been on top and been concise with his shots.
Well, it's early in round 2, and Nick Rupa is going to work on Kenny Lewis.
He's eliminated the left hand from Lewis's attack. Lewis cannot fend him off with that. And Lewis has to get brave at some point here and actually throw a right-hand counter to stop Rupa, but he has not been able to do that. You've got to use a fighter's aggression against him.
Rupa getting his man just where he wants him, against the ropes. And Lewis eating a lot of punches.
And good punch sequence by Rupa. The uppercut, the hook around the side. He's stepping. Lewis just trying to hang in there right now. This is not where the tall fighter wants to be. And on top of that, he's got a problem with the trunks coming down.
Kenny Lewis in trouble here in round 2. Losing his trunks and losing his wits. Nick Rupa all over him.
He just cannot stop the torrent of punches coming in. He cannot get his left hand working. I think Rupa's quickness is surprising him so far. And Rupa's landing combinations, and there's no time for Lewis to get that left hand working.
Nick Rupa has come out smoking here through the first 2 rounds. Ken Lewis in trouble. Blood coming out of his mouth. Oh, and he gets hit with a combination. He's in trouble.
Those legs are going on him, too.
Fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round here in New Jersey. And And Lewis makes it to the bell, and it is a stagger back to his corner. Let's listen in to his corner.
Hey, here's where are you?
Let me have my bucket. Can I have
Atlantic Atlantic City? How many fingers you see here? 2. How many here?
3. Where's your mouth?
What's today's date?
You got your mouth here? Yeah.
Here's come put me in your bucket. What's today's date?
Here it is.
What's today's date?
17.
17.
Monday.
Listen,
And Rupa walking through his opponent here in good punch sequence. He turns, the left hook gets in, he leans back, finds the room, and gets those other shots in here. Rupa is fighting smartly in here, not just wailing away, but he is finding the distance to get the punches off, and that's why he scores well.
Well, Lewis passed the test from the ringside position. He knew the date, how many fingers were held up, where he was, and some other questions, but they will keep a close eye on Ken Lewis as we start round number 3. Nick Rupa with a very big round 2.
Those legs were ready to spray Lewis second round.
Starts things off with a good right hand. I'm going to ask you how you scored round 2, Dave.
And that's worthy of a 10-8 round because of the manner in which Rupa continually hurt his opponent. Lewis was in all kinds of trouble and barely made it to the bell.
There were no knockdowns. Lewis came out with a good right hand to start round 3. You know, here's a situation where Lewis, who is a veteran, may expect the young Rupa to get a bit sloppy.
And hope that Rupa punched himself out and got arm weary from that extensive second round attack. And Lewis is trying to get the uppercut up here in the beginning of round 3.
Blood coming out of the nose of Lewis and the mouth, his mouth hanging open. He appears tired.
Rupa has taken most of the effective movement away from Lewis. Now Lewis is still game though. He's hoping for a key mistake by Rupa. See, in here, Lewis cannot take these kind of shots. 2 and 3 in a row, and he's just backing up.
Keep your heads up. Keep your heads up. Come on, let's go, man.
Nick Rupa, born in Trinidad.
Break. Get out. Come on, come on.
He's been a winner throughout his career. Canadian National Championship, best boxer of the tournament in Indonesia, and came right up and he's into the stable now of Lou Dooley.
His family moved to Canada when he was 3 years old. And right now, he is just knocking Kenny Lewis all around the ring here in round 3. And in this fight, for that matter. Right hand by Rupa, and that's it. Referee Robert Palmer will stop it. Kenny Lewis really wasn't putting up much of a defense.
A nice call by Palmer there, too. You can pick your spot when you want to stop the fight. Lewis took his chance early in the round, landed a couple uppercuts, but you can also tell fatigue was becoming his enemy, too, and he was not going to be able to stop those punches as the fight wore on. Really danger territory for him.
25-year-old Nick Rupa runs his record to 13-0. He gets his 5th knockout, a TKO in round number 5. And let's take a look at the end of this fight.
And Rupa convinces the one-man jury here, in this case Bobby Palmer, that this thing should not go on. The swarm of combinations and Lewis just looking worse for wear, and Palmer steps in.
Well, the referee has the authority to stop the fight in the state of New Jersey. And Nick Rupa comes up with his 13th victory, being attended to by Ace Marana and his trainer Lou Duva and Georgie Benton in the background as well.
And the referee has to anticipate, of course, Lewis, somebody wanted to be on his bicycle, wasn't on his bicycle for most of this fight, and he's in a dangerous territory there if he's starting to slug it out.
All right, here's with the official decision, and now ring announcer Ed Darian.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Bob Palmer stops this bout at 2 minutes and 4 seconds of the 3rd round, and the winner by a TKO is still undefeated, Nick Rupa.
Nick Rupa gets his 13th victory as he stops Ken Lewis in round number 3. When we come back, we'll hear from the undefeated Nick Rupa, plus much, much more on the Sports Channel America Pro. And we welcome you back to Caesars in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Sports Cream presents the Pro Boxing Tour on Sports Channel America. Bob Papa along with Dave Bontempo. Glad you can join us for this evening's action. Nick Rupa runs his record to 13-0. In round number 3, he stops Ken Lewis. Referee Bob Palmer stopped it at 2:04, and really Rupa was just picking his shots throughout the course of the fight. Battered Lewis around in round 2, and Palmer says no mas for Lewis at that point. Nick Rupa is standing by with Dave Bontempo. Dave?
Nick, you were more of a puncher tonight than your record indicates. What are you doing differently?
Before I had hand problems, and for a while there, I started off with 3 knockouts right off the start. Now after I hurt my hand, I couldn't settle down on my punches, but now I'm settled down, not throwing as many, but I'm putting everything on them when I punch.
Well, you certainly had a good punch sequence tonight. You look pretty poised on the inside.
Yeah, I great training, great sparring partners. I sparred with Tim Little, Meldrick Taylor, Pernell Whitaker, and I always learn a lot, and great coaching by George Benton and Lou Duva.
Early on, it looked like he wanted to establish the jab. What did you do in taking that away?
I used my own jab. I think he didn't expect me, being shorter than him, to use my jab, but he used my jab and hit him in the body and hit him in the head, and he took his jab away.
When did you sense it was having a real effect?
Almost like I was setting up my other punches right off that, right off the start. As soon as I started using my jab, setting up my other punches, and that was the start of the end.
Yeah, you had a good idea of how to finish him off, too. This is nice, a rare knockout win. It's got to be good for your confidence.
Oh, it is, because he's had twice as many fights as me. He's been around a lot longer, so it's a big good boost.
Well, you now looks like you're in the intermediate range of competition now, 13 wins. What kind of fighters would you expect you might be going against?
I don't know. I don't expect no one good as me. I can beat everyone out there, be the champion.
Okay, well, congratulations. Thanks for stopping by, and a nice win for Nick Rupa. Now we'll take it back down to ringside with Bob.
All right, thank you very much, Dave Bontempo. Nick Rupa comes up with the victory from Bowmanville, Ontario. 13-0 with 5 knockouts in our first bout of the Sports Channel America.